Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling. We are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from Patriot Championship Wrestling, brought to you by the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. And it is hopping in the chat room already. Neil Lau first in line, Frank Wayne Scott here in the front row, Mark Ferguson, Al Red Sox fan. Lots of cool people here tonight in the Dave Cave as we bring you tonight's episode of Patriot Championship Wrestling. We are here at the Boston Garden, one of Al Red Sox fans' favorite venues. And tonight for your main event, we have a number one contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team Champions. It will be the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid, taking on the Midnight Express, Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton, with Jim Cornette at ringside. And the winners of that match will move on to the March pay-per-view for a World Championship shot against Jack and Jerry Briscoe. Bear 805 joining us here in the chat room. Welcome to the Bear. So, exciting night here tonight in the Dave Cave. And in response to some feedback in terms of the timing of these broadcasts, from week to week from this point forward, I am going to try to shoot for 6 p.m. Central Time, or as close as I can get each week for these broadcasts. That from week to week, my scheduling has been a little inconsistent, and we will try to smooth that out and shoot for 6 o'clock Central Time each week. And we are here tonight at 6 p.m. on the nose with tonight's action from the Boston Garden. Before we came to air, we did have some preliminary matches. In our opening contest, it was the Great Malenko putting aside Hacksaw Jim Duggan in the opener. Then we had a major upset in the tag team division as the Fabulous Kangaroos, heavy favorites, lost their match to the team of Nord the Barbarian and Boris Zukov. So Nord and Zukov get the victory over the Kangaroos. Then we saw Pepper Gomez with a victory over the Spoiler in singles action. And just before we went to air, it was chaotic. Double countout in tag team action between the Motor City Machine Guns and Doom. And the principals in that one were Chris Sabin and Ron Simmons, who got into it in the ring. Both their partners came in to try and break it up between those two, and the whole match fell apart. So it will be Chris Sabin and Ron Simmons looking at a grudge match down the line. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our opening televised contest of the match, and the sound of bagpipes is now coming through the arena as Roddy Piper is playing the bagpipes on the ring apron. And sure enough, he is accompanied by what sounds like an accordion. So we've got Mark Henry now playing the accordion, accompanying Roddy Piper on the bagpipes, and this is sounding just awful. And now we've got a singing voice. It is Vader who is singing along with Mark Henry and Roddy Piper. This is going to be one of the worst musical performances in the history of Boston Garden, but the fans don't seem to care because these three popular men have teamed up and joined forces to wrestle and now to make music. As Big Van Vader, the vocal stylings, alongside the accordion work of Mark Henry and the bagpipes of Roddy Piper, are giving the fans, I don't want to say entertainment, but certainly an earful here in the Boston Garden in preparation for tonight's opening contest. Are you trying to re-record the Pile Driver album here, Dave? Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, your first contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect. Introducing first from Jodlowa, Poland, He stands at 5'8". He weighs 250 pounds. This is Stanislaus ZBYSZKO from the Tragos Hall of Fame wrestling set. Stanislaus ZBYSZKO in our opening match, and he will take on the rowdy one, 6'2", 232 pounds from Glasgow, Scotland. This is Roddy Piper. So Piper has finished entertaining the fans here with his bagpipes. Mark Henry on the accordion and the vocal stylings of one Big Van Vader, keeping the fans on the edge of their seats here in Boston as we get ready for tonight's opening matchup. I can barely hear it up in the note. The only thing missing is Jillian Hall on vocals. Yeah, we'll have to get Jillian Hall involved here, or Brooke Hogan, one way or the other. All right. We are ready for tonight's opening contest, and it is Roddy Piper who gets the opening initiative role. And he comes at ZBYSZKO with a double forearm clap. And right from that into a bulldog. Piper quickly going for the cover. The pin roll is snake eyes, but on a roll of 9, ZBYSZKO kicks out. Piper using all of the mental acuity to his advantage, and now he pitches Stanislaus out of the ring and down to the arena floor, and here we go. On a roll of 8, it is Piper winning the brawl on the arena floor with a suplex onto the concrete. So Piper has got everything going his way tonight. His music career is burgeoning, and he is in control of tonight's match. And now out of the ring we stay. And we are going to go to the shenanigans chart on a roll of 9. And with a roll of 8, it is going to be the foreign object chart. A foreign object is in play, and it is Roddy Piper in control of the foreign object, and he just blasts Stanislaus ZBYSZKO with a sledgehammer. We may see a disqualification here. We will not. I think that would cause a riot for as much fun as the fans are having with Roddy Piper here tonight in Boston. So Stanislaus ZBYSZKO has taken a suplex on the arena floor and now a shot with a sledgehammer. And things are going to stay on the arena floor once again. And ZBYSZKO again is going to suffer the wrath of a foreign object, this time a beer bottle. As Roddy Piper was handed a beer bottle. This isn't a grudge match, but Roddy Piper is throwing caution to the wind. And on a roll of 5, he is going to be disqualified just like that. So Roddy Piper certainly entertained the fans in a big way tonight, but he did not entertain the referee, as it is Stanislaus ZBYSZKO being awarded this match by way of disqualification after Roddy Piper used a sledgehammer and a beer bottle. Not to mention there should be something in the Geneva Convention against the duet with the accordion and the bagpipes, along with Vader on lead vocals. So that is it for tonight's opening contest, as Roddy Piper doesn't seem to care that he has been disqualified. He is making his way back out of the ring, and a good time was had by all. So that is your first match of the evening. And now we have the real grudge match lined up, as the ongoing war between James J. Dillon Enterprises and the fan favorite faction known as Justice for All writes another chapter here in Boston. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, with no time limit and no disqualification. This is a no disqualification grudge match. Introducing first from the great state of Minnesota, standing at 6 foot tall, weighing 249 pounds, this is the enforcer, Arn Anderson, and he is accompanied to ringside by James J. Dillon. And his opponent comes to you from Honolulu, Hawaii, standing at 5'10", weighing 237 pounds, this is Ricky, the Dragon Steamboat. And yeah, we've got a constitutional attorney, Mark Ferguson, at ringside, and he is giving us some constitutional advice about cruel and unusual punishment with the new musical trio of Vader, Mark Henry, and Rowdy Roddy Piper. But now, fans, the mood is about to change, and the grits are about to hit the pan, as R-Truth would say, as AA Arn Anderson and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat set to square off here in a grudge match. And the opening initiative roll is tied, and you know what that means. We are going to the book. The Hardcore Matches Wild Card Results book, brought to you by Play.com and Face to the Mat Wrestling. And on the roll of 64, Arn Anderson is the wrestler mean. Yes, he is. The wrestler grabs a mop and delivers repeated blows to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So, literally as well as figuratively, Arn Anderson is cleaning up on Ricky Steamboat. That is going to cost him a point of fatigue, and Arn Anderson is in control here as this match begins. And right away, it is Arn Anderson with a DDT. And down goes Ricky Steamboat. The pin roll here is 4. And on a roll of 4, he got him just like that. Wow. Arn Anderson with a pre-match attack on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with a mop. And follows that up with a DDT. And Ricky the Dragon Steamboat has been pinned in a heartbeat. And now we have got action at ringside as Tully Blanchard has come to the ring, and they are going to attempt a beatdown on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We'll see what's going to happen here, as Steamboat is doing his best to hold his own. And out of nowhere, here comes Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton to the rescue to chase off Arn and Tully and James J. Dillon. So the feud continues between the Justice for All faction and Arn and Tully, as Ricky the Dragon Steamboat took a beating and in fact was busted open by that mop shot by Arn Anderson. And the damage done there as Anderson gets the victory in the official match. But Steamboat and his compadres in the Rock and Roll Express are there to save the day, as James J. Dillon Enterprises leaves the ring in triumph, leaving behind 3 very angry men in the ring as they depart. So, just like that, Arn Anderson with the victory by way of the DDT. After the attack prior to the match with a mop. Arn Anderson literally mopped up Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in that grudge match. And my goodness, this has got to be a record. We're not 15 minutes into this broadcast, and already we have got 2 matches out of the way. As D. Scott Howard has joined us at ringside. Welcome to D. Scott Howard to tonight's broadcast. And all right, we are not done with this feud between Justice for All and James J. Dillon Enterprises. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit and no disqualification, as this is for the North American Heavyweight Championship. All North American Heavyweight Championship matches are no disqualification by rule. Introducing first the challenger. He stands at 5'10". He weighs 185 pounds, out of Aberdeen, Washington. He is the American Dragon, BRYAN Danielson. And his opponent is accompanied to the ring by James J. Dillon. He is your reigning and defending North American Heavyweight Champion out of Seattle, Washington. Standing at 6'4", weighing 255 pounds, this is Johnny Valentine. So Johnny Valentine and BRYAN Danielson, and boy, this would be a great match even without the shenanigans. I'm sure the fans here in Boston who love their wrestling would just as soon that James J. Dillon and members of both these factions would just go away and let these two wrestle. But that ain't going to happen as long as there is the bad blood going on between the respective factions that these two men represent. As D. Scott Howard is on the train to the Seattle Sounders home opener on a chilly night. Couple of local boys indeed for D. Scott Howard. That's right, both of these natives of Washington State and have come all the way to Boston to get it on here tonight with the North American Heavyweight Championship on the line. And the opening initiative role is won by Johnny Valentine. And Johnny Valentine comes right out with a back suplex off of the opening lockup, up, over, and down hard to the canvas goes Bryan Danielson. Danielson tries to get to his feet, but Valentine is on him with a standing arm lock. And Valentine seeks to take Danielson down, tries to wrestle him down to the canvas. Danielson with a quick reversal on the mat. Very good escape there by Danielson, and it is Danielson now who gets to his feet first. And before you know it, he has got Valentine up over his shoulders and into an airplane spin. Around and around we go, and down goes Johnny Valentine. Valentine now slow to get to his feet as Danielson is in control, and Danielson with a dive off of the middle rope and a flying forearm onto Johnny Valentine. And Valentine again is stunned by that. Danielson stays on him and rolls him over into a surfboard stretch. Danielson, a very accomplished submission grappler as well as an aerial tactician, trying to maintain control here over the reigning North American Heavyweight Champion, and it is Valentine now trying to get to his feet as Danielson maintains that surfboard stretch. And now Danielson is going to try and roll out of the ring, but Danielson dives through the ropes and smashes Valentine on the arena floor. Danielson has the momentum of the crowd going for him here. James J. Dillon with some encouraging words for Valentine at ringside, and as he comes back in, it is going to be Danielson with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Johnny Valentine, and on a roll of 11, it is an incredible elbow smash delivered by Bryan Danielson that puts Valentine down to the mat. Danielson now with a chance to do some damage. He is going to go for a chokehold. That is the magnitude of the feud between these men. He is going to need 7 or lower to maintain that chokehold, but on a roll of 11, Johnny Valentine powers his way out. And it is Valentine with a big forearm hammer across the chest of Danielson, backing him away. Valentine with about a 70-pound weight advantage in this match as he moves in with another big forearm hammer. And Danielson felt the brunt of that one, and you could hear that one all the way almost as high as Mark Ferguson's seats here in the Boston Garden. Valentine still in control. Danielson gets to his feet, and Valentine tries for a reverse chinlock, but it's Danielson with a quick reversal with the superior agility. And Danielson takes him down with a dragon suplex, and Johnny Valentine hits the canvas hard. Valentine now rolling out of the ring. And here we go out to the arena floor, and on a roll of 4, it's going to be Johnny Valentine grabbing the leg of Bryan Danielson, pulling Danielson out of the ring and body slamming Bryan Danielson onto the arena floor. Wow, that is the one area where Valentine has the clear advantage when this match goes to the outside. And in a no disqualification match like this, that will work to Valentine's advantage. Now Valentine is going to go for a backbreaker. This is a Choice H maneuver. Choice H, which is not a good set of options for Johnny Valentine. That is either an agility roll of 4 or lower, or a death jump B. I guess he'll take the death jump B. And sure enough, on a roll of 12, it is Valentine who nails that big backbreaker. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll is only a 1. So there's no need for a roll, but Danielson absorbs the first point of fatigue of the match And now the momentum again is favoring Johnny Valentine. Valentine attempting the sleeper hold. Danielson gets up to one knee, trying to fight his way out of that. And Valentine again is going to try and prevent Danielson from getting to the ropes. And instead it is Danielson finally escaping from the sleeper hold and reversing that into a whip to the ropes. And off the ropes comes Johnny Valentine. And wow, Danielson just hit him with a big missile dropkick. And both men are down. Big drop kick by Danielson. Danielson still worn out from the sleeper hold. It's going to be Valentine getting to his feet first and taking Danielson down to the mat with an arm drag. Really, really good match here tonight as Miho Burns is now with us in the chat room. Valentine still in control, but Danielson again with a reversal on that attempted chin lock. And it is Valentine this time who is smashed by Danielson coming off of the ropes with a big shoulder tackle. And Valentine again rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And once again, it is Valentine who grabs Danielson by the leg, drags him out, and this time backdrops Danielson onto the announcer's table. So Danielson has some flurries of success, but has really taken all kinds of punishment here from Johnny Valentine. And now Valentine going to go for a front face lock roll-up. That is a choice C maneuver, choice C. So he'll need 9 or lower to complete that, and on a roll of 6, he got him over. But Danielson quickly gets to his feet, and they come together once again in the center of the ring. And again, it is Danielson with that agility advantage, taking control and stunning Valentine with another standing dropkick. So Danielson has seen some success in the air, and now he's going for the discus elbow smash, and he caught Valentine right flush up under the jaw. And again, Valentine rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And this time, Danielson is just going to wait it out and not get hauled out of the ring. This time, Valentine coming back into the ring, and Danielson is waiting. Danielson with a small package, but Valentine quickly on the ropes and back under the ring and out of the ring once again. And this time, Danielson has had enough. He goes to the top turnbuckle, and he just came with a suicide tope that nailed Johnny Valentine on the arena floor. Johnny Valentine is down, and he could be counted out on a roll of 1, but of course there are no rolls of 1 when it's 2d6 being rolled. Valentine makes it back into the ring, and Danielson is there with a big tiger suplex, taking Valentine back down to the canvas. Danielson with another big dive off of the top rope. He goes for the cover, the pin roll here, snake eyes. But on a roll of 4, Valentine again able to kick out. And Danielson is going to this time prevent Valentine from leaving the ring. And instead it is going to be Danielson going back to that surfboard stretch, trying to slow down Valentine. And now another big elbow smash, and that one caught Valentine again, square on the side of the jaw. Valentine is stunned, and he drops to the canvas. Danielson in control, goes once again for the small package. Cannot get him tied up as Valentine slips out. And it is Danielson going back to the abdominal stretch once again, that surfboard style stretch. And now here is another big elbow shot by Danielson. Valentine standing his ground. And now Valentine absorbs another shot, leaves the ring once again, and this time on a roll of 6. It is Valentine who wins the brawl on the arena floor with a DDT onto the concrete. Oh my goodness, this match alone has been worth the price of admission. As Danielson rolls back into the ring after that DDT, and Valentine's got him in the Atomic Skull Crusher. This is a +1 finisher. So the finishing roll here will be 3 or lower. And on a roll of 8, Danielson able to come back from that maneuver. As Valentine tries to keep on the pressure and maintains the Atomic Skull Crusher. The pin roll now 4. And on a roll of 9, Danielson again able to maintain his equilibrium. But Valentine putting the pressure on here is a 3rd Atomic Skull Crusher. The pin roll now is 5, and on a roll of 7, he almost got him. Danielson in trouble here as Valentine has got the Atomic Skull Crusher working. And now it is Valentine just pitching Danielson out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on a roll of 11, it is Valentine with another big move, a slam onto the announcer's table. And Danielson taking all kinds of punishment here. On a roll of 5, we will have a count out, 5 or lower. And on a roll of 10, Danielson just able to make it back into the ring ahead of the 10 count. And now Valentine goes back to the Atomic Skull Crusher. The submission roll here, 7 or lower, and on a roll of 7, he got him. What a flurry by Johnny Valentine after a big back-and-forth match. Valentine caught Danielson with that Atomic Skull Crusher and just punished Danielson until he could take no more. And it is Johnny Valentine here is your winner and successful in his defense of the North American Heavyweight Championship against a very, very capable challenger in Bryan Danielson. All right. Wow, good matchup there. And a lot of activity in the chat room. As we need to go back a ways and see who all came in when we last left our chat room. D. Scott Howard was on the bus to the Seattle Sounders home game. Mark Ferguson, you may not believe in wrestling, but you will believe in Johnny Valentine indeed. Frank Wainscott, Johnny Valentine held his Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title forever until Wahoo beat him in the cage 2 cards ago. And now Miho Burns labeling Bryan Danielson as the clam digger a la Nigel McGuinness. Mark Ferguson with some action from Johnny Valentine in a 3-way against 2 members of the Freebirds, with Michael Hayes getting the victory. Everything but the kitchen sink. Here is Pops Reviews. Welcome to the chat room, Pops Reviews. Good to see you, my man. Piper wanted to get out of there quick. Indeed, he did. He had band practice to go to. As that 3-man musical trio of Vader, Mark Henry, and Roddy Piper left a memorable impression upon the members of the crowd here in Boston. Our Red Sox fan is here, and after further review by Steve Tower, welcome, my friend. So yeah, lots of great people and great gaming representatives here in the chat room tonight. Check out all of those wonderful channels and all of those wonderful wrestling recaps. Neil Lau has been on a roll this week with Velvet and with Style, his 2 wrestling federations. Pops Reviews, always a good time on his YouTube channel, whether it's Filsinger or the Squared Circle Wrestling Game or whatever else Hasim is up to these days. Steve Tower, of course, the master of History Maker Baseball, among other things. Looking forward to spending time with Steve this summer at Play.con in Denver. And now it is time for the main event of the evening, and this should be an outstanding match. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect for this one since it is a match with championship implications. This match, in fact, is a number 1 contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Those belts currently held by Jack and Jerry Briscoe. They will face the winner of this match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship later this month at our pay-per-view in Cincinnati. Fans, introducing first, accompanied to the ring by James E. Cornette, collectively known as the Midnight Express. First, he stands at 6 foot tall, weighs 233 pounds. From Huntsville, Alabama, this is beautiful Bobby Eaton. And his tag team partner hails from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He is the man with educated feet. He stands at 6 foot 1, weighs 225 pounds. This is Sweet Stan Lane. So Stan Lane and beautiful Bobby Eaton with James E. Cornette by their side, looking to get the opportunity to challenge for the World Tag Team Championship, but they have their work cut out for them against their opponents. First of all, standing at 5'8", weighing 225 pounds, out of Manchester, England, this is the Dynamite Kid. And his tag team partner hails from Leeds, England, standing at 5'11", weighing 244 pounds. This is Davey Boy Smith. So yeah, this should be a wonderful match, as the Midnight Express set to go head-to-head with the British Bulldogs with a World Tag Team title match on the line. And what the heck, we'll go ahead and use our championship dice for this match. And it will be Davey Boy Smith starting things off against Sweet Stan Lane here in this critical matchup, with the opening initiative role being won by Stan Lane. As they come together in the center of the ring, it is Lane with a hair pull takedown. But oh, Davey Boy Smith does not take kindly to that. And Davey Boy comes right back up and catches Stan Lane coming in, picks him up high in the air, and lets him hang there. Delayed vertical suplex, and finally down to the canvas goes Stan Lane. So Davey Boy Smith making a powerful statement off of the opening lockup. Lane slow to get to his feet, and Davey Boy is on him with a big falling power slam. Davey Boy goes for the quick cover. The pin roll here is 3, and on a roll of 8, Stan Lane is able to kick out, but Davey Boy asserting himself with a powerful statement here at the beginning of this match. And now it is Davey Boy pitching Stan Lane out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on the arena floor, it is a dust-up. And it is Davey Boy who just hurls Stan Lane over the top rope and into the crowd. So big time disrespect shown by Davey Boy Smith. James E. Cornette is furious. And as Stan Lane comes back into the ring, Davey Boy and Dynamite Kid are waiting. It's going to be a Bulldogs double team, and on a roll of 7, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline that nails Stan Lane and puts him back down onto the canvas. Dynamite now in control. And Dynamite going to go for a tombstone pile driver. This is a choice D maneuver. Choice D, he'll need a 10 to get this completed. And on a roll of 6, he got him, and he got him down hard. Lane slow to get back to his feet. Dynamite Kid is on him. And Dynamite Kid, oh, snap suplex. Very nicely executed by Dynamite Kid. Probably one of the best snap suplexes in the business. And Lane took the brunt of that, and he is down. And Dynamite Kid still in control. He's going to go for that tombstone pile driver yet again. And yet again, he hits it. And Lane once again slow getting to his feet. Dynamite stays on him. This time, Dynamite attempts the knee drop. Lane finally going to try and get over and make the tag, and on a roll of 6, he is able to do so. And now it is Bobby Eaton making his first appearance in the ring. And Eaton is going to go right with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes the Dynamite Kid. And on a roll of 10, it is a big specialty move by both men. And the best turnbuckle rating wins. Both men with a B rating on the turnbuckle. So Bobby Eaton, the wrestler on offense, wins that confrontation. And he now takes control. And he is going to pitch Dynamite Kid out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Interestingly enough, both Bobby Eaton and Dynamite Kid have ring ratings of A. Both Davey Boy Smith and Stan Lane are B. So it is Dynamite Kid on the arena floor. And on a roll of 5, that's the double disqualification roll. Will the Kid be disqualified? Maybe. One more roll of 5 or lower, and he is out of here. But he is not going to be disqualified. Eaton will not be disqualified. That means we go to the odd-even roll to determine who wins the brawl on the arena floor. Dynamite Kid has the even roll, and on a roll of 3, it is Bobby Eaton who wins the brawl with a drop kick that sends Dynamite Kid tumbling out over the security railing and down to the into the crowd. Dynamite going to have to make his way back into the ring ahead of the 10 count where Bobby Eaton is waiting. And now it's Eaton and Lane going for the dark side. That is going to be the Vegematic. That is a +3 finisher. The pin roll here is 5. And on a roll of 7, Dynamite just able to kick out as Eaton and Lane hit that double team move. and put Dynamite Kid down for a near fall. Now it is Lane in control with a big midnight lariat. Dynamite Kid desperately trying to make the tag, and on the roll of 7, he can't get there. Now it's going to be another double team roll for the Midnights. And on a roll of 6, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline by Eaton and Lane. Dynamite Kid once again is down, and Dynamite Kid now is in trouble, as Eaton is going to pitch Dynamite once again out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on a roll of 5, once again, that's the double DQ roll. Dynamite Kid rolls 1-5. He will not be disqualified on the second roll. Eaton again not disqualified. And once again, this time it is Dynamite Kid winning the brawl on the arena floor with a big DDT onto the concrete. Wow. Dynamite Kid has stunned Bobby Eaton. Now it is Eaton's turn to slowly make his way back into the ring, and Dynamite is going to hit him with the diving headbutt. That is a +2 finisher. The pin roll here is 5 or lower, and on a roll of 6, Eaton just got out of that one. And now it is the Bulldogs attempting a double team, and on a roll of 4, that is a devastating double move by Davey Boy and Eaton that is going to put another point of fatigue on Bobby Eaton. Davey Boy Smith now in the ring and in control. And it is Davey Boy who is going to attempt a missile drop kick. This is a choice H maneuver. That is either agility or death jump. So we'll go with the death jump move on a rating of B. And on a roll of 9, death jump B. That is a flying clothesline off the top rope for Davey Boy. Bobby Eaton is down. Still in control. And now the double headbutt executed by the British Bulldogs. And that is going to send Bobby Eaton tumbling out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Eaton from the arena floor. But on a roll of 3, that is Eaton who wins the brawl on the arena floor. And as Davey Boy Smith comes out of the ring, Bobby Eaton just grabbed him and rammed him back first into the ring apron. And as we all know, the ring apron is the hardest part of the ring. Davey Boy stunned now. Eaton in control. Eaton going to go for the death jump. And on a roll of 8, it is a roll of 4. Once again, that's that double DQ roll. Things heating up between the Bulldogs and the Midnights. There will be no disqualification here. And on the roll of 5, it is Stan Lane who wins the brawl on the arena floor. And it is Stan Lane with a pile driver onto the ring steps. Wow. That is twice that Davey Boy Smith has about got his block knocked off on the arena floor. And now it is Lane who is going to take the action out of the ring once again. There will be no shenanigans roll here, but on a roll of 6, it is the best man wins roll. And again, these men are both B-rated on the arena floor. So the restaurant offense, Lane takes control. And now it is the Midnights who are fixing to try a double team move. And on a roll of 3, that is a big double team, double drop onto the throat, first onto the top rope. And Davey Boy is going to take a point of fatigue as a result of that move. All 4 men now have taken points of fatigue, and now the Midnights are going to go for the Vegematic once again. The pin roll here will be 7. That is a mandatory pin save, and on a roll of 7, the pin save is unsuccessful. So we're going to have a pin now here on a roll of 7 or lower, and on a roll of 5, they got him. So Bobby Eaton with the pin over Davey Boy Smith after the Vegematic. And the Midnight Express are now your new #1 contenders for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. So just like that, Bobby Eaton took Davey Boy out of the ring, pile driver onto the ring steps, followed by the Vegematic, and that is the end of the match for the Bulldogs. Jim Cornette is celebrating like crazy here in the Boston Garden. The fans are not happy about the outcome of this match, as their hometown favorites, Davey Boy and Dynamite Kid, your reigning Patriot Tag Team Champions, go down to defeat against these Southern boys who came up from the Atlantic Wrestling Federation for tonight's contest and came away victorious. All right, a big no from Miho Burns in the chat room. Miho with El Generico taking a pounding by Abdullah the Butcher. I love that Midnight Express entrance music. That was some of the coolest music there was. We'll see if we can get the accordion and the bagpipes to pull that one off. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Good show, good crowd, great crowd. So I think the 6 o'clock time slot is a hit. I also think the fact that I was able to get that announcement up onto YouTube and Discord and Facebook earlier on may have also helped boost the attendance tonight. So thank you all for coming out. Mark Ferguson, Miho Burns, Al Red Sox fan, Frank Wainscott, Bear 805, Neil Lau, Pops Reviews, always a pleasure. Let's see, I don't know if we got Frank Wainscott, but Frank, once again, after further review with Steve Tower. Hopefully Steve will have some good stuff for us on the channel tonight. Our Red Sox fan already with some baseball earlier today. D. Scott Howard on his way to the Seattle Sounders game. Let's see if there is anybody else I missed along the way. Neil Lau, Frank Wainscott, Cleveland baseball fan 879. Always a pleasure and a privilege to have you in the chat room, my good friend. And I believe that is everybody. Yes, we have made it to the top. Neil Lau first in line. Thank you, everybody. Salvador America sneaking in at the last minute with some greetings. So thank you, Salvador, for tuning in. All right, tomorrow morning, as Al Red Sox fan announced earlier, it will be My Journey with Jesus on the channel tomorrow. We'll get that put out in the morning. We'll be back in action 1 week from tonight with Heartland Championship Wrestling. As we check the schedule, next Saturday night, it will be the Atlantic Wrestling Federation on the show. A couple of great matches in store. I don't have the whole card laid out yet, but it will be a grudge match next week as Flying Brian Pillman takes on Jushin Thunder Liger in grudge match action. Following their falling out as a tag team last month on the channel. So next week, Flying Brian Pillman versus Jushin Thunder Liger in the Dave Cave. And until then, thank you all once again for checking us out. That's our stream, and I am out of here.